Bueno, después de haber hecho un trabajo muy minucioso por parte del Gobierno de España, hemos decidido que vamos a limitar la compra de viviendas por parte de extranjeros extracomunitarios no residentes. Y lo vamos a hacer incrementando la carga fiscal que tendrán que pagar en caso de compra hasta el 100% del valor del inmueble.
Hola, soy Santi.
Hi, I'm Angela.
Together we're realizing our dream of relocating to my homeland in the south of Spain.
Along with our Australian Shepherd Levi, we want to share our passion for the Mediterranean lifestyle, where the sun shines more than 320 days a year.
So if you like this video and you want to join us on our journey, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.
Living La Vida Costa.
'Cause I found my way.
So today we're going to get into what's been in the news about Spain all over the world right now. I mean, it's reached us here in Canada.
Yes.
And that is Pedro's announcement that...
Pedro being the president of Spain.
El presidente de
Santi knows him
España.
like this.
We're like this.
They're BFFs.
No. But his announcement that non-European EU members or residents of Spain going forward by 2026 will have to pay 100% of the value of a property if they're purchasing a house in Spain.
Yeah.
There is a lot
Yes.
to unpack.
For sure.
First of all, time frame.
Yeah. So this proposal is between 2026 and 2030. On, I think it was January 14th, he held a 3-hour conference. And from the conference, he laid out 12 points of areas in which he wanted to impose new regulations. And we actually watched most of it. It was long, and we took a lot of notes.
Yep.
But the part that we want to touch on today is like what Santi said. So 100% tax on if you are a non-EU member, which is huge.
Yeah,
Or resident.
And that's right, resident. So
Yes,
keep
sorry.
point on that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I watched, I think, too much of that
Yes.
conference. I'll need some serious
Therapy.
therapy after that. But, I mean, he gets into why he did it. And, I mean, we're not a political channel. There's the two sides. First of all, we got to remember that he is the federal
Yes.
president. Spain's divided very much like Canada, like the United States. We have a House of Commons in Canada. We have Congress in the United States. He's talking about a federal law that he wants to impose.
Yes.
Every region has its own politics. For example, Andalusia, which right now is being run by the Partido Popular.
So, sorry, just to cut you off. So we're going to break it down. So there's the VAT, which is the federal, so the value added tax, and then the ETA, which is the, like what Santi's talking about,
Is
the
provincial.
like the autonomous regions have their own taxes.
He has no control over the regions, over the provinces,
Yes.
states, and so he can't increase taxes at that level without them being on board. They have to do it.
Yeah.
So let's get that out the window. Federally, if he wants to do this between those years marked, there's a couple of factors we have to look at. One of them, will he still be in power? Will his party still be in power? So what he may want to implement by 2026 going into what?
2030.
2030. That's 4 years. So 4 years of guaranteed PSOE domination of the government. Who knows what's going to happen? Whether he can even get it through el Congreso de Diputados, their Congress, even presently, is another question.
Huge, yeah.
Any government that is imposing such a massive taxation change is going to definitely meet a very hard, strong wind, headwind. It's not going to be easy either which way.
No, and nothing's set in stone. Like Santi said, it has to go through Congress. Everything's up in the air right now.
So the reasons why he wants to do this is, I mean, I think that's been in the news lately. I mean, Barcelona did it. One of our episodes talks about the taxation changes. There's this big push right now for residents of Spain, local residents, is not being able, the price of housing, the price of cost of living, and they're just not, they're not being able to live in the major cities. And once again, this is going to be applied to certain areas.
Yes.
It's not a catch-all. They're going to identify areas, let's say Barcelona, let's say, Madrid, and they're going to apply these areas where people are having a hard time living. And they'll try to implement this. In his words, on his side of the argument, it's to ensure that local residents and people that work and live in that area can still obtain affordable housing, or what he calls safe properties, secured properties. It's to make sure that there's some kind of a guarantee for people that live in that area to be able to live in those areas. Flip side is you're going to have areas like the Costa de Luz, Costa del Sol, maybe even Costa Blanca. You're going to have a lot of these areas that rely extremely heavily on foreign investment. These are people that buy a place, they live there for 2 or 3 months, and they rent their place out, but they bring a lot of money to the community in forms of taxes, in forms of investments, restaurants, businesses, everything, car purchases.
Retail, yeah.
So you've got the two sides. You've got the one side that wants to protect the way of life, and that people still are able to live in these cities, and then you've got the other side saying, well, whoa, hey, you do this, and we're going to lose a major stream of income for the local residents of the area, for the provincial, for the federal government all around.
Yeah.
That being said, we're not going to beat this horse to death.
No. But I just want to say too, so in 2023, 27,000 non-EU residents purchased homes in Spain, which is a lot. That brought in a lot of money into the economy. So is Spain as a whole willing to lose that and risk that? Well, I guess time will tell.
And there's going to be a lot of pushback around the country. So although it hit headlines, I would take it with a grain of salt right now. There's a lot of legwork to be done on his government's behalf before this even comes close. Aside from that news, on the flip side, we've talked about the fact that we may have to pay, some people may have to pay 100% taxation on the value of their house. I don't know if that's going to happen, and that would definitely be quite the kick in the... We're going to move on to visas.
Yes, so more money that the government's going to be asking
more
for.
money that they want. I think that's what it all comes down to.
UK is going to be imposing the electronic travel authorization, and that's £10. So if you are entering the UK, you need to fill out this form online, fill in all your documentation. I think they want proof of your passport. I think you have to scan it, upload it, and within a couple of minutes you're going to get an email back saying that your travel visa has been approved. If you are planning on traveling to Europe this summer, you need to apply for the ETIAS, which is the European Travel Information and Authority System. That is €7, and both the ETA and the ETIAS are valid for 3 years.
So a little bit more taxation. They say it's to ensure safety and security of everybody entering the UK and Europe. I say it's a tax grab, but that's just my humble opinion. That being said, you don't get one and ignore the other. No. So, for example, if you're from frozen Canada right now and you're going to Europe, but you're flying through the UK, you will have to get
both
the UK one, layover in London, and then get the European one. But like Angela said, they're good for 3 years. It's a one-time fee, and they're approved really quickly unless you're wanted on some Interpol list, in which case you're in trouble. You shouldn't be traveling anyway. My honest opinion. Just saying.
If you're thinking about moving to Spain or buying a property, now might be the time to do it before these heavy taxes kick in. Of course, there's always a chance they won't. But if living in sunny Spain has always been your dream, why wait? If you enjoyed this video, remember to give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, we'd love it if you did. Until the next one, adios amigos!